be live before we know it. Duchess, but we're just going to go ahead with our interview and it'll happen. So, Duchess, kindness is a theme that runs through all of your books, okay? Can you share with me why kindness is so important to you?
When my best friend died at the age of 41 of melanoma, the last thing...
Why kindness is so important to you? Sorry.
Sorry, the last thing... When my best friend died at the age I don't want to... Do I have to hear myself, Karen?
It's gone.
Okay. So when she died, the last thing she said to me was, Fergie, just remember to keep spreading kindness. There's not enough kindness in the world. And by kindness, it really means to always smile, always to remember to say thank you, and always to remember the man who opens the door or the chef in the kitchen is just as important as the dining room table. And kindness for me is to always put yourself into someone else's shoes. And then you can try and have empathy, and you don't say you understand, because sometimes you can't understand, but you can at least listen and try to have empathy to understand. And I think, you know, on my travels with all the work I do in children's hospitals, there was a lovely girl in Kansas City Hospital called Wanda, and she was very, very ill with cystic fibrosis. And she asked for me to come in just before she passed away. And she said, do me one favor, will you always please tell those doctors never to walk into a room and say, I understand what you're going through, because they don't. Until you've been through things, how can you understand? So she said, just always remember that, and just keep with kindness. And it is what when people say, what religion am I say kindness.
Yes, it needs to ripple across the world, because we all need to take that on board and just be kind to each other. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful message, and it's very prominent in your books. In The Enchanted Oak Tree, there's kindness. In Jeannie Gem's Mission to Devon and Arthur Fantastic, there's lots of kindness in there in all of your characters. It's a really important trait to you for your characters.
Well, Karen, in The Enchanted Oak Tree, I'm being kind to nature too. Yes. Because when Jane and I, and by the way, my sister's watching. Hello, Auntie Stinky. Oh, whoops, we're live. Doesn't matter, it's fine. She won't mind. When Jane and I were young, we were walking all the way through the farm looking at trees, and Dad, our father, had these great big bushy red eyebrows. And so he used to look at the trees and say, hello, trees, how are you today? And then he'd go, hello, pheasants, how are you today? And we thought they looked like vicars, reverends with their white collars. And we used to make the whole of the farmyard scene come alive. So when I decided to write about Dad, I wrote The Enchanted Oak Tree, as you can see, with his huge bushy red eyebrows. Yeah. And it starts with, to the butterfly catchers, it says, hello, butterfly catchers. I may be a tree, but why are you walking past me? And it's so true. Why should we walk past beautiful oak trees that have been there a lot longer than we have? And we're just atoms compared to them. And they've got a story to tell. So it is the story to teach children just to remember to look around them rather than always at this iPad and swiping and doing this, and just seeing how beautiful nature is. So it's kindness to nature, kindness to save the day of the little lamb that got caught in a wall, and then you have to read the story to find out the ending.
You do have to read the story. It's a very, very, very magical tale, and one that is going to be around for a long time, I feel. It was the one that we wanted to launch first, alongside these amazing books, which is Jeannie Gems and Arthur Fantastic. And these are the books that we signed first of all, and that's why they're so special. And of course, you've got your amazing illustrator in David William Press as well. And these are very important books also, aren't they, Duchess?
Well, yes, because when there's a great friend of mine who is Olivia.
Yes.
I think you see her, she's my co-author on Arthur Fantastic. Yeah. And Olivia is very, very special lady. Now, she is Arthur and I'm Jeannie Gems. And so when we go around helping children, we go into the room, and I go, Arthur, come on, come and play. And so she walks in, she's Olivia, and I'm Jeannie Gems with my big red hair. And of course, my daughter's Eugenie. And it's really about the story of Abigail going to Devon is, of course, that Abigail goes to stay with her aunt, and there's no fish in the fish and chip shop. So she goes down and sits on a rock, and Mr. Fish comes out and goes, "Oh, I can't breathe. We're very ill in the sea." And so Abigail goes, "Hi, what's wrong?" Mr. Fish can't believe that she can see him. And he says, "Come and see the fish hospital, and we need help." So she doesn't know what to do. So she goes on to, of course, to her friend Wi-Fi, who is a parrot. And the parrot immediately goes and finds Derek sitting on his cloud, who's the dragon sitting here. And that's where Jeannie told her, Jeannie says, "Come on, Jeannie, to the rescue." So it's very much Jeannie Dems to the rescue, and they go and save the day. It's all these microbeads and plastics that the ocean's full of, that these poor fish are suffocating. And so it's kindness to nature again, to try and get children to understand that we need to be careful of our environment. We need to learn what to do about recycling, and it's very important. So the Jeannie and going mission to Devon, and then Arthur. Well, let's go to Arthur. So Arthur Fantastic is really an extraordinary tale, literally, about color and magic and being who you are. I mean, I think people find me very strange because they can't put me in a box. They don't know where to put me in life, because I find extreme happiness I take it very seriously. I take joy very seriously, and I take kindness and goodness very seriously. So that's rather bizarre that I can go into this world of being very colorful, and I am very colorful. Mum always said to me, "You've got such bright red hair. You don't need to. You only wear navy blue because you're like the top of the Christmas tree anyway." So when I did Arthur, it's because he is fantastic. So he goes into the field with the brown horses, and the brown horses say, "Oh, you're strange. You're weird. You're too colorful. You're this. You're that." And of course, why couldn't he just be himself? Yeah. So he goes in search of happy, and then of course, actually, the truth is joy and happy is in your heart. You don't have to look, you just got to feel it, and you just got to hold on to it. And the other day I was at a school, and they all sitting around, and I was reading Arthur Fantastic, and I said, "Shall we go in search of happy? Shall we?" And they all jumped up. I went, "Where are you going?" I said, "Happy is inside of your heart. Shall we go into the joy of today, and then let's go and find happy within ourselves?" Yeah. And then the day is better, and we don't let fear rob us and thieve us of the day, which is so easy. And of course, takes me a lot of time. And yes, there are bad days, but that's why I don't know how to thank you, Karen. I really don't, because you've helped me so much, because you've taken me seriously.
Yeah. Well, a story brings happiness and joy into the lives of so many people, and especially kids, and those messages are so important for kids to learn at an early age, that they can come within and find their own happiness, and they don't need to rely on others for that. And for those messages to be going into the hearts and minds of young children at an early age is a very important message, and one that you are sharing with the world through these amazing stories, Duchess, I believe.
Thank you, Karen. But you do that for so many people. I'm just the lucky recipient of your kindness, and all your team at Serenity. There's Tina and Candice, and and Dylan. You've got an enormous team of people that really are exceptional. And I don't know, it's just a magical team. And we found each other online, didn't we, really?
Yeah, we did. I got a message, and I connected with your agent, and we got through, and just we built a beautiful bond, which was wonderful.
Oh, it's wonderful. There's something there. Can you look at the screen? The other side, Kitty. Other side. There. I'll get rid of it. That's fine. I'm looking at some very strange thing on my screen. Thank you. Okay. I can't work it very well. So dear Kitty's sitting here helping me. Thank you, Kitty.
You're supposed to be on tour in Australia right now, but because of the way that the world is, so we decided to celebrate with the cakes, and then having and thank you for joining me live too, so we can share this with the readers as well, which is beautiful to be able to.
Yes, and you've got Puddle Boots here too, I see.
Yes, Puddle Boots is launching next month. So the cake's a bit premature, but it's on its way to you, Duchess. So it's our next. We're going to launch a book every month, which is exciting. So the cake is there, and that's a story.
I mean, what I love about this, Karen, is that, you know, a large percentage of what you're giving and I'm giving is going to help children all over the world too. In Australia.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So Sarah's Trust is at the essence of all of these books, and why we really are working hard to get these books out into the world is because Sarah's Trust benefits, and it's at the essence of every book that we release in the Duchess Serenity collection. Can you share with us some of the wonderful plans for Sarah's Trust?
Well, the thing about Sarah's Trust is, for anyone watching out there, we are a collaborative partnership organization. It's not about Sarah's Trust. It's literally, if it's the minute it becomes about Sarah's Trust, you know, it's not about the ego, because luckily the CEO of Sarah's Trust is called Sarah. So I can hide by that, Sarah. But the thing about it is that if, Karen, you said, look, we really want a percentage to go to homelessness in Sydney, I'd find the leading charity for homelessness in Sydney and collaborate with them. So I'd go to them and say, how can we help you? How can we spread awareness of your charity? So it means that we are a human bridge to support, collaborate, and it's not just about funds, it's about gifts in kind too. So a lot of the books that you're so kindly doing will of course go to children in Africa, in Ghana. We're building a secondary school. We don't, it's so important that it is not about me or the ego. My job is to spread awareness. So it really means that if anyone comes to us and says, oh, we want to do a children's hospital in India, then we can do a children's hospital in India, because there is no, well, I'm terribly sorry, I can't do that because we only do this. No, we go, great, we'll come to India, see what we can do and spread the word. And I think that is the most important thing about Sarah's Trust. I suppose we're the first ever sort of merchant bank for philanthropy, where 100% of the donations, goods in kind and funds from Sarah's Trust goes to the place. 100%. We don't charge any admin, marketing, or any kind of office administration to run Sarah's Trust. It's 100% going to the right place.
That's very special. That's very special. So just know, everyone, when you are coming and buying these amazing books that you'll be buying anyway, that you're doing a good thing in the world, that there's goodness happening through coming and sharing these, buying these stories for your children, for your family as gifts, that you're doing a beautiful thing and giving back as well as receiving a beautiful story. Can we talk about illustrators, Duchess? We have some amazing illustrators that are working with you, and you are giving them the opportunity to work with you, which is wonderful and exciting for them. And so we have, for example, Veronica Rook. I interviewed Veronica earlier on today to celebrate the launch of this book, and she was delighted to share some insights into how she put the book together. Can you share with us some insights of working with the illustrators, not just for Serenity Press, but all of your books?
Well, I think the illustrator is much more important than anything else, because it really, in my stories, it's really is about the illustrations. They have to really get the feeling I have of the humor, the joy, the bushy red eyebrows. Poor old Veronica. I'm so sorry, Veronica. I did have to send you back a few times around the oak tree, didn't I? Just to get that sense of kindness and yet humor. And Veronica did an exceptionally great job, because she really lived. I don't know whether she said that, but we've lived it together. I've never met her, but we have met through her beautiful drawings, and it really is unique what she's done, because every time I look at it, I smile and I laugh, and I see something new in Veronica's illustrations. Such a talented lady. And what happens for anyone who's watching, so Karen is bombarded by me with another story idea. So Karen says, well, what about this illustrator? And so she sent through Veronica, and straight away I went, oh, yes, Veronica can make Jane and my father, the do-rom into an oak tree. Of course she can. And immediately I started getting excited when Karen kept sending through the illustrations. It makes my day. Today, Karen sent, even before this, some more illustrations for the next book about Budgie the helicopter or whatever. And I get so excited, because I think, oh my goodness, it's coming alive, it's coming alive. I think for any illustrator, and especially, I don't know about you, Veronica, it's when you've got so much in your head, and if no one takes you seriously, then it's still sitting in your head. So every minute of the day, there's this little buzzing going, and that's what happens. And Karen was able to take the buzzing bee and give me Veronica. She's amazing. And David William Press were doing Jeannie and Arthur. I mean, he just cracks me up. He's got such a humor. I suppose it's because he's got the same. I mean, in Jeannie Gems, he's got this hedgehog called Jeffrey, and Jeffrey blows raspberries. And then there's Derek, who, you know, don't put a match near him, because, I mean, everything is ridiculously funny, or we find ourselves very amusing. So, of course, if Dave and I find ourselves funny, then we hope everyone else does. And I don't know, Veronica, you obviously have got the greatest sense of humor ever, and you've done an exceptional job. And Dave Press with Arthur, well, of course there's Mr. Hocusy Pocus, and of course Arthur eats jelly bean trees, or jelly beans off the jelly bean tree, of course, which has been there 300 years. Of course, why not? You know, I think it was very interesting when many years ago when I wrote Little Red, and I went to the one editor and I said, okay, so anyway, Little Red goes on her travels and she's got a pink pony, and the pony's called Roni. It was because when my girls, Beatrice and Eugenie, were in bed and I was reading them a story at 7 o'clock or whatever it was, they'd go, Mommy, tell us a story, tell us a story. And I was thinking, glass of wine, feet up, you know, the girls are in bed, right, good, day's over, come on. And they'd go, no, tell us a story, tell us a story. So I'd go, okay, so one day there was a pony, and the pony was called Roni, and it was a pink pony called Roni, you know, and off we went on the story. So when I wrote Little Red, who has a pink pony, and Gino the dog, and the whole wonky wooden wagon and everybody, I went to the editor and I said, okay, but Little Red's got a pony who's pink called Roni. And she went, no, I think not. I don't think there's such a thing as a pink pony. And I went, oh, that's really interesting, actually, because there is a thing of a rag doll that speaks and is fine and has a wonky wooden wagon, but there is not a pink pony. So she immediately, I said, I'm terribly sorry, I've got to leave now. She said, well, then we want to do the book. I said, no, you don't have the humor. You've got to get the humor of the pink pony, because it's very important to my children, Beatrice and Eugenie. And then we went off and we found one.
Pony is such an important part of the story, you know, and that's the thing. And we learn through that in the stories that come out afterwards in the books that the kids end up loving, and they love that that things aren't normal, because their imaginations can go wild with that. And that's what we love about your books, is that anything can be, and kids can have a wild imagination alongside you.
Thank you, Karen. Well, I was certainly rambling on then, and I'm sorry about that, but it's very bad luck for you, Karen, and anybody listening, because it is my most favourite thing in the world. I know if Beatrice and Eugenie would be watching, they'd be going, oh no, Mum's in heaven. This is my total heaven. And this is the happiest place I could be. Yes. I got excited to do this today. I got excited to launch and see that children all over the world will maybe be able to have a bit of fun going to meet Mr. Oak.
Yes. Yeah. And you can eat Mr. Oak Tree too, can't you, Duchess? Yes, after the launch.
After the launch.
Not right now.
Not right this second. And I could eat the dragon. Look, he's edible. I'm not going to pull him off there. You can eat Jeannie, all these things. Anyway, yes. So
we're bringing Budgie the little helicopter down under to Australia, and we're doing some Australian tales. Where the first one we're releasing is with an illustrator called Tina Morton, who's based in Perth. And I remember my son loving reading Budgie the Little Helicopter books, and you know, in the 90s and stuff like that. And now we're reviving him, bringing him to Australia. How does that feel for you? Are you excited?
Yeah, that could bring an emotion to my face, bring a little tear of happiness. Well, Budgie the helicopter, he was #1 in America with Snowy the bear. He has a friend called Snowy too, and Snowy sits with his catapult in his pocket. And Budgie the helicopter is really, I mean, I think, Karen, I can't really, Budgie the little helicopter, just Eugenie sing it much better than me. But anyway, never mind. we won't go into concert on Budgie the Helicopter song, but here we have Budgie the Helicopter. He when in 1986, when I married Andrew, I literally thought, well, I better learn what he does. He's a helicopter pilot. So I went to learn to fly helicopters. And as you do, of course you do. And as I was going to the great big aircraft, like really huge place, I walked in the door and everybody looked so big, all the big aeroplanes, and it was so frightening. And there was the little single engine jet Ranger in the corner. And you could imagine that he had his socks rolled down, a catapult, his cap on wrong. And so as we were going off with my captain who was teaching me to fly, his name was Kevin Mulhern. And so I called him Spotty Muldoon. So Spotty and Fergie went and flew Budgie, and we played all these things. And one night I was saying, oh, look, this is how I've learned to fly a helicopter. It's so difficult. I've made it into a Budgie the helicopter, like a little budgerigar. And we go and do funny things around the airfield and follow the pig farm. The trouble is when the pigs went to market, I got a bit lost. But anyway, and so what happened, Karen, was there was someone sitting at dinner who said, oh, I'm a literary agent, shall we make books? And we wrote 4 books. And I wrote with Chad Vara, who was the man who founded the Samaritans. And he taught me that when we were writing together, he was such a wonderful man. He was a priest at St. Christopher's, Walbrook. And he taught me that every single bit of my book is about a spiritual message to support children in the mission of their journey ahead. And so Budgie the Helicopter Flying Again Down Under is really for my sister, isn't it, Karen? I mean, I'd love to jump in a helicopter and go and visit my sister, but I can't at the moment. Budgie can, and Budgie with little Snowy the bear can go. I think we're going to Mogo Zoo quite soon, aren't we going to Mogo Zoo? Yeah. I think we're going to visit the giraffes and all the animals at Mogo Zoo.
Yeah, Budgie's going to have a lot of adventures, and he's starting off by saving Cubby the koala, and then he's going to save the turtles, and then we've got lots of plans for Budgie. So and Miles Jenkinson, who used to be an illustrator for Disney, is on board as well. Hi, Miles. By the way, we give you a shout out.
Yeah, Miles, I love your drawings today. I know that we're doing a shout out live globally about your drawings. I love your drawings today. Thank you. You've got Budgie to a T. And also, Miles, it's very exciting to think that we're going to really, from down under, take Budgie to the #1 slot globally again, to bring hope and happiness and kindness to people, and Budgie to the rescue. And I think it's really important, Karen, that all of these books, none of them are perfect. Budgie's always doing something wrong, or Derek is always asleep, or Arthur is always flamboyant, or the oak tree is always snoozing. Puddle boots, it's raining. Everything is not perfect. And what I'm saying is life is not perfect, but you don't have to be perfect. You just be true to yourself. And actually, Budgie and Cubby, that book is going to be completely and utterly for Nate, who's a little boy born a few months ago. And so that book is dedicated to him, because I want him to always remember little Budgie when he grows up as his little friend down under that rescues koalas and comes to the rescue.
Beautiful. There's always so much kindness in all of your intentions. I love it so much. So we're going to talk about story time with Fergie and friends. How much fun are you having with that, Duchess? Like you started that to read stories for children who were in lockdown during COVID, which was quite it's quite overwhelming, unsettling time for children, and yet you shone a light into everyone's, and even for authors as well, and adults are really enjoying your channel. So tell us about why you decided to do the show and how much you're enjoying it.
Well, I believe that at 60 years old, I've suddenly found myself, because I'm just myself now. And it was thanks to COVID and the lockdown that I was able to be myself, because I didn't have to go and have studio hair and makeup. I could just go out there, put on a headband and read a fun story. and it was okay because everyone else was, so I could too. And the more when I look back and when I first started doing it, I was very sort of quite reserved, and one day this happened, and then by now, I don't know if you saw Little Red, Little Red Riding Hood. Yes. Well, there's Dave Press as the wolf, and there's me chasing around the garden. And I think it's funny, so therefore I'm happy. And so in the 12 minutes of filming, or whenever we do it every day at 4 p.m., I am the happiest you'll ever see me, because I've shut out exactly any other problem. I've shut it out for those 12 minutes. And it's exactly how I brought up my girls. I made that door into their little playroom a place where you have to leave your problems at the door. You have to. You're not allowed to bring, this bill or that problem or this is going on. Children, why should children have to suffer for grown-ups' problems? So the grown-up problems have to stay at the door. If you don't leave them at the door, you're not allowed in. Because you've got to come in a world where this young, innocent fabulousness of life can shine before they too turn to teenagers and then get into muddles and then into grown-ups where they get muddled. Allow them the joy of finding magic in everything you do and wanting to eat a slice of cake even though you're alive. But anyway, so just I quickly went in there. But that's exactly what I do when I turn on and I film Fergie and Friends. I absolutely can go to the little girl or boy sitting in a hospital or a children's hospital or a school at the Kyaninga Development Children's Center in Uganda. It goes to India, it goes to America. I want to be that. I wanted to see that little boy and girl smiling. I want them to come on the adventure into it. So why would I not throw my entire enormous heart into that moment for 12 minutes? And by doing it, of course, I feel so much better because I've now forgotten about everything else or any other problem.
Your heart shines true, and it's an absolute joy to watch, and it's become a bit iconic and people are really enjoying it, the show, adults and kids. I know my daughter loves watching them, and you have friends that come and join you on the show as well. So you have so many friends across the world who are coming and joining you on Fergie's and Friends and reading stories so that they can too share stories with the kids who need to read them or listen, or that bit of happiness in their day.
Well, Karen, you're so kind. What I want to say, may I use this moment to say, please don't wait to be asked by me. Just do it. Just say you want to read a story, please. Because a lot of my friends say, well, you didn't ask me. What the? I can't go every single minute of the day. Otherwise, I would literally never.
Prepare for a bombardment of requests.
Yes. I would love for anyone to please come and read. Please, I would be thrilled if you just send in your 2 to 5 minute video of you reading a story, and then we'll edit it or do what we like. But please, it's so easy. It's so easy. Send it to Karen if necessary. Poor Karen, but also while I'm there, could my sister please read a story? I mean, come on, Blister, where are you? Read me a story. And also that anybody, please. I'm thrilled. I'm longing. Read the story.
I'll send you a story, Duchess. No problem.
Thank you. But I think it's very important that also for hospitals and children's hospices and care homes and really to understand, please send me a link so that I can send you, because it's for free, it's totally free of charge. It's not about, everything is free. So send it to me and I can send you a video. I could do a shout out, hi, Ormond Street, or St Vincent's in Sydney. I can do that. I love doing that because it brings me happiness to give, and that's what my day is better when I give.
And you create awareness for organizations that really need that awareness, and you're giving that platform to them, and it's such a giving thing to do.
Karen, it's only because of you that you've given me a platform. So it's very, very kind of you. But without you and without this ability and without the platform, I have no voice. And that's why I've always said, and I started philanthropy in '92, Children in Crisis. my grandmother said, always when you feel bad, give to others. And in 92, when I started Children in Crisis, I've always said it's not about me. A human bridge, yes, but I'm the voice of silent whispers. So when you go into Liberia or when you go into anywhere, it's about how can we help you? What do you wish for? And then we go make it happen. And I think it's vital that people understand it's about just listening and then doing.
In giving, you receive.
Yes.
So I'm sure that everybody after our chat is going to want to know where they can get these amazing books from. So shall I share about where in the world, wherever you are, where you can find the Enchanted Oak Tree, Jeannie Gems and Arthur Fantastic, and Jeannie Gems' Mission to Devon, and they're chapter books. Jeannie Gems' Arthur Fantastic is a chapter book for 6 to 8-year-olds, and then Jeannie Gems' Mission to Devon is for 8 to 10-year-olds, and they're just beautiful illustrations by Dave Press and a beautiful story. So we have partnered with the amazing guys at Booktopia, where you will find this amazing, you have this edition, don't you, Duchess? We printed it especially in Perth.
Yes,
it's beautiful.
I do. Yeah, I do. There we are.
You can get that just from our website or from Booktopia. So come and visit serenitypress.org or booktopia.com.au. Okay. Oh, look, there's the beautiful illustrations.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah.
But hold on, you said that very quickly, Karen. Can you say Booktopia again? Slowly.
Booktopia.com.au. So if you're in Australia, Booktopia is the largest online store, and they will have it to you. They have stock ready to go out. So go and get ordering before they're all gone, because first in, best dressed. If you're global, you can come to serenitypress.org. We can service you there, but please check out Amazon, Book Depository. They're in Gardeners if you're a stockist and you want to stock them. So please, they're everywhere. Just go to your preferred retailer and order your books. We'd love to. Just help us do some goodness in the world. What do you think, Duchess?
Well, I think that we're a great team, and I just love speaking to you. But even so, I've got an idea. Because you see, the greatest thing about being in this book world is, of course, we can't do it now, is signing books in bookstores and going out there and meeting people and signing books for everybody's little person that would like to have a book signed. So what if we do book plates and you send me a list of everybody that would like a book dedicated to them? And let's design some book plates, Karen, which we can do so quickly, and then you send me a list, even if it's 2,000, 5,000, it doesn't matter, because when I'm signing books, I stay for 8 hours a day just signing books. So I sign up to, well, it depends if I'm lucky enough to sell any books, but I'm happy to sign and dedicate the books to whoever would like dedication.
So kind of you. So guys, if you want that to happen, come to serenitypress.org and we will make that happen for you, and you will have your own personalized book plate to put in your book. How exciting. Thank you, Duchess. You're so generous.
Well, there's more work for you, Karen. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. We've got it. We've got it. Thank you so much for joining me today, Duchess. We're really, really privileged. Can we officially launch these books into the world? Can you officially launch The Enchanted Oak Tree?
Right. So I haven't got any ribbon to cut. Did we cut a ribbon?
No, we don't have ribbon. We would have if we can just declare them all officially launched.
Hold on. I got an idea.
Oh, you're going to cut the tree, are you?
Come on, tree. No, he won't budge. Oh, right. Well, never mind. Anyway, I was about to get the oak tree, but he's well and truly in. So Anna Keekers, well done with your oak tree. I couldn't move him. So I am delighted today, thanks to the lovely Karen. Oh, I wish I could just come over, reach over and hug you. Anyway, a virtual hug. I know, I can blow you a virtual kiss. And you have to catch it.
Got it.
And I just want to say I'd love to officially launch the 3-book deal with Serenity Press. It's the Enchanted Oak Tree, and then it's Arthur Fantastic. Where is he? Oh, well, here we go. Yep, here's Jeannie Gems' Mission to mission to Devon. You hold up the Arthur Fantastic. There we are. Thank you, Karen. Sorry to be bossy. And I'd like to officially declare open and launched, and let's go to the moon and beyond, or infinity and beyond. Yay! Oh, and lots of love. Love you, sister. Love you, sister. And also to all my team back here, the fairies and buttercups, Antonia, and all the team back here that make all this madness happen for me, because poor people, they're exhausted. They have to put up with this craziness. And Fergie and friends. And then of course the best ever, miss my girlies. Where are you, girlies? Beatrice, Eugenie, Edo, Wolfie, and of course Jack the man. Anyway, lots of love, and love you.
Thank you so much, Duchess. And books are officially released, guys, so come along, get us. And thank you so much, Duchess, for joining us.
Thank you so much. What an enormous moment. What do we do? I want to spend 8 hours talking about how you got to get this. Okay, don't worry, I won't.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Karen.